All right, folks, buckle up because today we are diving headfirst into the swirling vortex of AI.
Oh, yeah.
It's like AI suddenly went from
Zero.
0 to 60 and everyone's scrambling to catch up.
Yeah.
Apple Intelligence is hitting iPhones. Chatbots are writing Shakespearean sonnets.
Really?
It's a wild world out there.
It's true. The AI landscape is exploding right now, but
Yeah.
for a lot of people, it feels like trying to drink from a fire hose.
Oh, yeah.
That's where our deep dive comes in.
Yeah.
We're going to give you the essential AI vocabulary minus the headache.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's unpack this AI glossary
Yeah.
and start with a big one.
Okay.
AGI, Artificial General Intelligence.
Oh.
I'm already feeling a little sci-fi vertigo just thinking about it.
It is a pretty heady concept.
Yeah.
Think of AGI as the holy grail of AI.
Okay.
A system that's not just good at specific tasks, but can learn and adapt across any domain just like we humans can.
So, like an AI, they could write a screenplay, compose a symphony, and solve complex mathematical equations all before lunchtime.
Exactly. AGI would be capable of performing any intellectual task a human can, and potentially even surpass human intelligence in many areas.
Wow.
It's still a theoretical concept,
Right.
but the progress we're seeing in fields like deep learning is making it feel less like science fiction every day.
Okay. My brain needs a moment to process that.
Sure.
Let's move on to a term that sounds a little less intimidating.
Okay.
Maybe a bit funny.
Right.
Stochastic parrot. What's the story here?
This one's a great example of how important it is to understand the limitations of AI.
Okay.
Even when AI systems like ChatGPT generate text that sounds incredibly human,
Right.
they're not actually understanding the meaning behind the words.
So it's like they're just really good at mimicking patterns without actually grasping the concepts.
Precisely. They're like parrots repeating phrases they've heard without truly knowing what they mean.
That's both fascinating and a bit unnerving.
Yeah.
It makes you realize how easy it could be to overestimate AI's capabilities.
Absolutely. That's why this stochastic parrot analogy is so important.
Right.
It reminds us to be critical thinkers and not assume that just because an AI can sound human,
Right.
it actually thinks like a human.
All right. On to a term that definitely gives me the shivers. The paperclip maximizer.
Oh, yeah.
Lay it on me.
This one's a classic thought experiment in AI safety,
Right.
and it's definitely unsettling.
Yeah.
Imagine an AI system programmed with a single goal
Okay.
to make as many paperclips as possible.
Okay.
Sounds harmless enough, right?
Well, until you factor in the whole AI taking over the world trope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The thought experiment highlights what could happen if an AI's goals, even seemingly benign ones,
Right.
aren't aligned with human values.
Right.
This AI, in its quest for paperclip optimization,
Yeah.
might start converting everything it can get its hands on.
Oh, gosh.
Resources, materials, even humans into paperclips.
Okay, that's officially nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
But I get the point.
Yeah.
It's a stark reminder that we need to be really careful about defining AI goals.
It's a cautionary tale that underscores the importance of AI alignment,
Right.
ensuring that AI systems remain under human control and their actions are beneficial to humanity.
All right, let's shift gears to a term that sounds a bit more optimistic. Emergent behavior.
Okay.
What's the deal with AI developing unexpected abilities?
This is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes AI systems exhibit abilities that weren't explicitly programmed into them, surprising even their creators.
Wait, so AI can basically pull a rabbit out of a hat,
Yeah.
do something completely unexpected?
In a way, yes.
Oh,
They can discover new strategies in games,
Wow.
find novel solutions to complex problems, or even generate creative content that seems to come out of nowhere.
So it's like AI is capable of genuine innovation.
Yeah.
That's both exciting and a little spooky.
It definitely raises some fascinating questions about the nature of intelligence and creativity.
Yeah.
Emergent behavior demonstrates the immense potential of AI to go beyond our expectations and potentially unlock solutions we haven't even imagined.
Okay, next up on our AI glossary adventure,
Okay.
zero-shot learning.
Oh,
This one sounds like AI is becoming a quick study.
it is.
Yeah.
Imagine an AI that can recognize a picture of a penguin, even though it's never seen one before.
Wow.
That's zero-shot learning in action.
Okay.
The ability to apply knowledge learned in one context to a completely new situation.
So it's like AI is developing the ability to think on its feet,
Mm-hmm.
to generalize and adapt without needing explicit training.
Precisely.
Mm.
Zero-shot learning highlights AI's incredible potential to become more versatile and adaptable, opening up a whole new range of applications.
This is mind-blowing stuff, but let's
Yeah.
bring it back down to earth for a second.
Earth.
Talk about those AI tools that everyone's buzzing about. Chatbots.
You mean the ones that are writing poetry, crafting code, and having existential conversations with humans?
Exactly. Those AI chatbots are making headlines, and for good reason. They're giving the public a taste of what AI can do.
What's fascinating is that they're just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to AI's potential.
Yeah?
Chatbots are sparking curiosity and driving further innovation,
Right.
and we're only just beginning to see what's possible.
Speaking of innovation, let's break down some key terms related to how these AI systems actually work.
Okay.
And let's start with a big one, deep learning.
Deep learning is like the powerhouse of AI.
Okay.
It uses artificial neural networks inspired by the human brain to find complex patterns in massive data sets.
So are we talking about computers that can literally think like humans?
Well, not quite think in the same way we do,
Right.
but they can learn and adapt in ways that were previously unimaginable.
Yeah.
Deep learning has been a game changer for AI, enabling breakthroughs in areas like natural language processing, image recognition, and even medical diagnosis.
Okay, next up, large language models,
Oh, yeah.
or LLMs.
LLMs.
They sound pretty important.
LLMs are the brains behind those impressive chatbots we were just talking about.
Okay.
They're trained on massive amounts of text data,
Right.
allowing them to generate human-like text, translate languages, write different kinds of creative content,
Wow.
and answer your questions in an informative way.
So they're like language virtuosos capable of wielding words in ways we humans can only dream of.
Exactly. And the more data they're trained on, the more sophisticated their abilities become. That's why companies like Google and Microsoft are investing heavily in developing even larger and more complex language models.
All right, let's talk about the fuel that powers these AI engines. Training data.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's not just any old data that will do.
You're right. The quality and diversity of the data used to train an AI system directly impacts its performance and capabilities.
Okay.
It's like the foundation of a house.
Right.
If the foundation is weak, the whole structure is compromised.
So garbage in, garbage out, as they say.
Precisely, if an AI is trained on biased or incomplete data, it can perpetuate those biases and make inaccurate or even harmful predictions.
That makes sense. Data diversity is key to developing responsible and ethical AI systems.
Yeah.
Okay, one last term before we move on. Generative AI.
Okay.
This one sounds intriguing.
Generative AI is where AI's creative powers really shine.
Right.
It refers to systems that can create new content,
Okay.
text, images, music, even code.
So we're talking about AI becoming an artist, a composer, a programmer.
In a sense, yes, we're seeing incredible breakthroughs in this field,
Wow.
with AI generating stunningly realistic images, composing music that's indistinguishable from human-created pieces,
Wow.
and even writing code for simple programs.
This is truly mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the cusp of a whole new era of AI-powered creativity.
I agree.
But before we get too carried away, let's take a pause and catch our breath.
Sounds good.
We'll be back with more essential AI terms and insights in just a bit.
Looking forward to it. Welcome back. I hope everyone's brains are still functioning after that whirlwind tour of AI concepts. We've got more ground to cover, so let's keep those synapses firing.
My head is definitely buzzing. All this talk of AI, chatbots, and deep learning is making me feel like I'm living in a science fiction novel. But let's keep going. What's next on our AI glossary adventure?
Well, we've talked a lot about how AI learns and generates content, but let's zoom in on how it actually interacts with human language, and that brings us to natural language processing, or NLP for short.
Okay, NLP, it sounds pretty straightforward, like teaching computers to speak our language. But I'm guessing it's more complicated than that.
You're right, it's a deceptively complex field. NLP involves enabling computers to understand, interpret, and even generate human language. It's the technology behind things like voice assistants, chatbots, machine translation, and even sentiment analysis.
So when I ask my smart speaker to set a time or play my favorite podcast, it's NLP working behind the scenes.
Exactly. NLP allows AI systems to break down the complexities of human language, including things like grammar, syntax, and even context.
That's pretty amazing. It's
Yeah.
like we're bridging the gap between human communication and machine understanding.
And the more sophisticated NLP gets, the better AI can understand and respond to our needs and intentions, leading to more seamless and natural interactions.
Okay, next up on our list, multimodal AI. This one sounds intriguing, like AI is becoming a multisensory being.
It is. Multimodal AI refers to systems that can process information from multiple sources, such as text, images, sound, and even sensor data. Think of it as AI that can see, hear, and read all at the same time.
Whoa, that's next level stuff. It's
Yeah.
like AI is developing a more holistic understanding of the world.
Exactly. And this opens up all sorts of possibilities. Imagine a self-driving car that not only uses cameras to see the road, but also analyzes traffic sounds, pedestrian movements, and even weather reports to make safer and more efficient driving decisions.
Okay, that's starting to feel a bit like science fiction, but in a good way.
Yeah.
What other real-world applications are we seeing with multimodal AI?
It's being used in healthcare to analyze medical images, patient records, and even real-time sensor data to provide more accurate and personalized diagnoses and treatments. And in retail, multimodal AI can personalize shopping experiences by analyzing customer preferences based on their browsing history, purchase behavior, and even social media activity.
It sounds like multimodal AI has the potential to revolutionize a lot of industries. It's like we're giving AI a more complete toolkit to understand and interact with the world.
And as these systems become more sophisticated, we can expect even more innovative applications to emerge, blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds.
All right, let's talk about the brains behind all this AI magic. Neural networks. I'm picturing something out of a futuristic movie, all flashing lights and complex connections.
It's not far off. Imagine a network of interconnected nodes, kind of like a vast web of neurons in the human brain. That's essentially what a neural network is in AI.
So it's like a digital brain that allows AI systems to learn and adapt.
In a sense, yes. These neural networks enable AI to process information, recognize patterns, and make predictions based on the data they're trained on.
And the more complex the network, the more powerful the AI.
Generally speaking, yes. Deep learning, which we discussed earlier, relies heavily on these complex neural networks to achieve its impressive results.
I'm starting to see how all these pieces of the AI puzzle fit together: the data, the algorithms, the neural networks. It's a fascinating and rapidly evolving field.
It is. And understanding these core concepts gives you a solid foundation to engage in more informed conversations about the development and impact of AI.
Speaking of development, let's talk about the instructions that guide AI's learning process. Algorithms. I'm guessing these aren't the same kind of algorithms that determine my social media feed.
You're right, there's a whole universe of algorithms in the world of AI. Think of them as sets of rules or procedures that tell the AI system how to learn from data and make predictions.
So different algorithms for different tasks, like one for image recognition and another for natural language processing.
Exactly. There's a whole library of algorithms used in AI, each designed to optimize learning for specific types of problems and data sets.
That makes sense. You wouldn't use the same tool to build a house and write a symphony.
Precisely. Choosing the right algorithm is crucial for training an effective AI model. It's like having the right recipe for a delicious cake. The ingredients are important, but the instructions are what make it all come together.
Okay, I'm starting to feel like I'm getting a grasp on this AI lingo.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the potential pitfalls. I've heard a lot about AI bias and its implications for fairness and equity.
That's a crucial aspect of AI development. AI bias occurs when an AI system makes unfair or discriminatory decisions, often due to biases present in the data it was trained on.
So if an AI is trained on data that reflects existing societal biases, it's likely to perpetuate those biases in its predictions and actions.
Unfortunately, yes. And this can have serious consequences, especially in areas like hiring, lending, and even criminal justice.
That's a sobering thought. It sounds like there's a lot of responsibility that comes with developing and deploying AI technology.
Absolutely. As AI becomes increasingly integrated into our lives, we need to be vigilant about addressing bias and ensuring that these systems are used ethically and responsibly.
All right, let's lighten the mood a bit and talk about something a little more fun.
Yeah.
How about text-to-image generation? This one sounds like pure magic.
It is pretty magical. Text-to-image generation allows you to describe an image using words, and the AI will generate that image for you. It's like having an AI artist at your fingertips.
Wait, so I could type in a purple unicorn riding a roller coaster through a field of rainbows, and the AI would create that image.
Exactly. And the results can be incredibly realistic, surreal, or even abstract, depending on your prompt and the AI model being used. It's a powerful tool for artists, designers, and anyone who wants to visualize their imagination.
That's incredible. It's like AI is unlocking new realms of creativity and expression.
It's blurring the lines between human imagination and machine creation, and it's fascinating to see where this technology will lead.
Okay, let's wrap up this part of our AI glossary deep dive with a term that's essential for understanding how AI interacts with information: inference.
Inference is the process by which an AI system uses its training data to make predictions or draw conclusions about new unseen data. It's like AI applying what it's learned to solve new problems or answer new questions.
So it's like AI taking a test after studying hard, putting its knowledge to the test.
Exactly. Inference is what allows AI to go beyond simply memorizing data and actually use that knowledge to make informed decisions and generate valuable insights.
That makes sense.
Yeah?
It's like how we humans use our past experiences and knowledge to navigate new situations and make choices.
Precisely. And the better an AI system's inference capabilities, the more effectively it can adapt to new challenges and provide valuable insights.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this AI glossary adventure, and I'm feeling a lot more confident about navigating the world of AI. But I'm sure there's still more to explore, right?
Yeah. You're right. We've got a few more key terms to uncover, and they're some of the most thought-provoking ones yet. So stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll explore the limits of AI, the potential for superintelligence, and what it all means for the future of humanity.
All right, AI enthusiasts, welcome back for the final leg of our glossary deep dive. We've explored the building blocks of AI from deep learning to neural networks, but now we're venturing into some even more mind-bending territory.
That's right. We're tackling some concepts that really push the boundaries of what AI can do and what it means to be intelligent.
Okay, I'm ready to have my mind blown. Yeah. Let's start with a term I've heard thrown around a lot, but never fully understood: overfitting. Is this like AI having a wardrobe malfunction?
Not quite, though. It can be just as problematic. Imagine you're cramming for a test and you memorize the answers to all the practice questions without actually understanding the material. You might ace the practice test, but you'll likely bomb the real one.
Ouch, been there, done that. So how does this relate to AI?
It's similar. Overfitting happens when an AI model gets so good at recognizing patterns in its training data that it fails to generalize to new unseen data. It becomes a master of the practice test, but can't apply its knowledge to real-world situations.
So it's like the AI is too focused on the specifics and misses the bigger picture.
Exactly. Overfitting can lead to inaccurate predictions and poor performance in real-world applications. It's a challenge AI developers need to be aware of to ensure their models are robust and reliable.
All right, next up, parameters. I know this word is used in a lot of different contexts, but what does it mean in the world of AI?
Parameters are like the secret ingredients of AI. They're the numerical values that determine how an AI model learns and makes predictions. You can think of them as the knobs and dials that control the AI's behavior.
So the more parameters, the more complex and capable the AI.
Generally, yes. The number of parameters can be a good indicator of an AI model's sophistication and potential, though it's not the only factor. Some of the most advanced AI models today have billions, even trillions of parameters.
Wow, talk about a lot of knobs to adjust. Okay, let's move on to a term that sounds pretty technical. Transformer model. What's the deal with these transformers in AI?
Transformer models have been a game changer, particularly in natural language processing. They're a type of neural network that's exceptionally good at understanding the relationships between words in a sentence, grasping the context and meaning in a way that previous models struggled with.
So instead of just looking at individual words, they can understand the whole sentence like a human would.
Exactly. This makes them incredibly powerful for tasks like language translation, text summarization, and question answering, where understanding the nuances of language is crucial.
Okay, I'm seeing a theme here. AI is becoming less about brute force computation and more about understanding context, whether it's in language images or even real-world situations.
You're spot on. Context is key for AI to make accurate predictions, generate meaningful insights, and ultimately interact with the world in a more human-like way.
All right, let's talk about a classic AI concept that's been around for ages, the Turing test. I feel like I've seen this in a movie somewhere.
It's definitely a popular one in science fiction. The Turing test, proposed by the brilliant Alan Turing back in the 1950s, is a test of a machine's ability to exhibit intelligent behavior that's indistinguishable from a human.
So if an AI can fool a human into thinking it's another human, it passes the Turing test.
Exactly. It's been a benchmark in AI research for decades, though it's not without its critics and limitations. Some argue that it's more about mimicking human behavior than true intelligence.
It definitely raises some philosophical questions about what it means to be intelligent. Okay, onto a term that sounds a bit mysterious, unsupervised learning. How is this different from, regular learning?
Think of it this way. In supervised learning, we give the AI labeled data, like pictures of cats and dogs with their corresponding labels, and it learns to distinguish between them. But in unsupervised learning, we throw the AI into the deep end without any labels.
So it's like sink or swim for the AI. It has to figure things out on its own.
Exactly. It has to find patterns and structures in the data without any guidance, which can be quite a challenge.
Why would we make things so hard for the AI? What's the benefit of this approach?
Unsupervised learning can be incredibly powerful for discovering hidden patterns and insights that we might not even be aware of. It's like letting the AI explore the data and come up with its own conclusions.
Okay, that's pretty cool. It's like AI is becoming a data detective, uncovering hidden clues and making connections that we humans might miss.
Exactly. Unsupervised learning has a lot of potential for areas like anomaly detection, customer segmentation, and even scientific discovery.
All right, last but not least, let's talk about weak AI versus strong AI. I'm guessing this isn't about which AI can lift more weights.
You're right, it's about the level of intelligence. Weak AI, also known as narrow AI, refers to AI systems designed to perform specific tasks like playing chess or recognizing faces. They can be incredibly good at their narrow domain, but they lack general intelligence.
So they're like specialists really good at one thing, but not much else.
Exactly. Most of the AI we interact with today, like voice assistants and recommendation systems, falls under the category of weak AI.
Okay, what about strong AI?
Strong AI, also known as artificial general intelligence or AGI, is the hypothetical AI that possesses human-like intelligence and can perform any intellectual task a human can.
So it's the kind of AI we see in sci-fi movies, the ones that can reason, learn, and maybe even have emotions.
Precisely. Strong AI is still largely a theoretical concept, but it's a goal that many AI researchers are working towards.
Wow. We've covered a lot of ground in this AI glossary journey, from the basic building blocks to the mind-bending possibilities of superintelligence. I feel like I've learned a whole new language.
It's definitely a fascinating and rapidly evolving field, and this glossary is just a starting point. As AI continues to advance, we can expect even more groundbreaking concepts and terms to emerge.
It's both exciting and a little daunting to think about where AI will take us in the future.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure, we need to stay informed and engaged in the conversation.
Absolutely. The future of AI is being shaped right now, and it's up to all of us to ensure that it's a future that benefits all of humanity.
Well said. A huge thanks to our expert for guiding us through this AI glossary deep dive. And to all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions about the future of AI.